And there are two videos that just recently came out that when you juxtapose them, you can really see where Israel is holding now and where we need to go. And so the first video is of Prime Minister Netanyahu at the DC meeting with President Trump. He's asked about the two-state solution, and I want you to see what he says. Check this out.
Do you think that there can be a two-state solution that creates an independent?
I don't know. I'd ask Bibi that question. You have the greatest man in the world to answer that age-old question, two-state. Go ahead. You give him your honest answer.
I think Palestinians should have all the powers to govern themselves, but none of the powers to threaten us. And that means that certain powers, like overall security, will always remain in our hands. Now, that is a fact. And no one in Israel will agree to anything else because we don't commit suicide. We want life, we cherish life for ourselves, for our neighbors. And I think we can work out a peace between us and the entire Middle East with President Trump's leadership. And by working together, I think we can establish a very, very broad peace that will include all our neighbors.
The entire world is watching this meeting. It's Donald Trump, Benjamin Netanyahu. He had a chance to come out and just knock it out of the park. This is Israel's God-given homeland, the destiny of the Bible. And he didn't do that. He just dropped the ball. We don't want them to have security control because we don't want to commit suicide. That's what was being said. And the very next moment, I saw the ambassador to Israel of the United States, who was a previous pastor and a governor. And you can just see, as I shared on the Israel Guys, I want you to hear it because it's so important. Just check this out.
It's 3,500 years that the Jewish people have been in this land. And it goes back to Abraham, who I say wrote the title deed and said, this is yours. Now, here's where I can't escape the biblical part. You either believe the scripture or you don't. And if you do, then you have to accept that when God gave the land, he gave it to a people and he gave it for a purpose and he gave it as a place. And it was not nebulous and it was not ambiguous. It was very specific. So this little sliver of real estate that now is the most contested piece of property on earth has a history that goes back to a covenant that God made with the Jewish people.
You know, it's a mirror of who Israel should be. And it even says in the book of Psalms 126, Az Yomru Vagoim, and then the nations will say, look at what God has done with you. And then we say, look at what God has done with us. And so we're sort of like watching that unfold right now. But, you know, the Torah portion, the message that is all along through it is that Balak, this evil king, he was the beginning of the seed of King David himself. And the prophecies of Messiah, they come through Bilam, this wicked sorcerer prophet. And somehow from these dark, empty, evil places, the redemption comes. Hey, that was a highlight from this week's Land of Israel Fellowship. If you liked that highlight, you'll love the Land of Israel Fellowship. Find out more on thelandofisrael.com. Join our global community from over 50 countries around the world that gather together every Sunday live from Israel. Check it out on the link below.